can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
We own it. We own it. Check. King.
Mayfield. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action. Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Alert flare, flare. He's checking. Crash. Time to go.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Eckler trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
Set. 19. 20. Man out. Bang. Check.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to air one out. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Mayfield. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. 41 Mike.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
They feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
That's around 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Under 10. Shift. Watch the shift. Hey, check 24. Check. Slam. Out.
A give. Eckler running to the right. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Watson on 3rd down. On the right side, this is Miller. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Reset. 19. Yo. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 99. 36.
Here is Eckler. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
24.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Got his man on the comebacker. It's Hopkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Check.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
He may try and run for this. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the 1st down marker. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This will be fielded at the 6, and he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Mayfield to throw it, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. Past the 20, 10, 5, and he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the race. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Watch twins.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. And let's go.
They started on the ground with Eckler. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Baby, that's baby shot.
Sponge, line up.
To throw is Watson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Shaq Lawson able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Watson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 54. Hey, we got to sign him up.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete. He was covered by Denzel Ward.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause like they made us, you know I'm icy in Vegas. This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, when the not savers, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out flash, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
all on my wrist, AOB, just all off of getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your
right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flex. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. More when the
All right, Coach, we are Please Ball League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Good. 20. Eat. 20 right. Christian, Travis.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so he might as well have not even had the penalty.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake, sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Josh Doxson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it out past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. Everybody, Mike 31. No time now. Shine up, go.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Caught left side, Hopkins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Check 24, check 24.
29.
Again, it's Watson. Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Shaq Watson on the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun on third, Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. He's got daylight. The 30, 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return, where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Run it. Kill.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts him.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 4th down, Trevor Daniel on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Browns drive about to get started, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play fake. Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Now the defense is going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Let's go, D. Hey, over. Hey. They scared. Mike, check.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Get set. 19.
Combo. Let's go. Watch safety creep.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Check 13. Check 13.
Eckler, they run left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Get set. 19.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He'll get this to Eckler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
After gain of 7, brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Watson from the gun on 3rd down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side. Knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. The Texans here on 3rd down putting an extra defender in the secondary. To throw, Mayfield. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. And throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Mayfield now. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
You call plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On 3rd down, Mayfield. The Browns send out their punter now. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he fields it cleanly. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a toss play to Eckler. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Hey, alert 33.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
King. Undercrunch. Check. Hot route. Hot. 25. Check 25. Watch out.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Mayfield now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Mayfield on play action. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check, 50, regular. 55 to Mike. Hey, we heavy on the edges.
They go play action. Mayfield under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch out.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Forced out to his left. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 26-yard line.
24! 24!
SOS. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
Now Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Mayfield to throw it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
He can't hang. He's not.
Alert flare.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Sione Takitaki able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving a show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space it out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about